Okay, let's set the scene. It's 1985. Picture the Giza police station. The air is heavy, kind of cold. You hear that low murmur of voices, shuffling feet. It feels oppressive.
Yeah, you can almost smell the dust and stale coffee.
Exactly. Then this door creaks open, and in walks this elderly woman. She looks really frail, probably over 80.
And her face just etched with worry, right? Total exhaustion.
Totally. Her eyes are wide, looking right at the detective, like a desperate plea. She's clutching this worn purse.
Almost like a shield.
Yeah, and she whispers, her voice is trembling. "My son, I know something has happened to my Wajdi."
Wow. That immediate maternal dread. You could feel
It's
it.
palpable, that instinct. So, welcome to the deep dive.
Today we're diving into a case that honestly just twists and turns.
It really does. You think you've got a handle on it, and then bam, something shifts. It starts as a missing person report. Pretty standard on the surface.
But underneath, oh, it unravels fast. Secrets, betrayals, a past that just refuses to stay buried.
Our mission today really is to try and navigate this whole chilling story, not just what happened.
But the why, that's the crucial part here. We'll be looking at Nadia, Wajdi, his mother, their kids, Samat and Sama, and this other figure, Ahmed Farghali.
And you'll find, as we go, pretty much every character. Well, they seem to have more than one face.
Definitely. So, back to Wajdi's mother. This incredibly distressed elderly woman.
Right. Her son, Wajdi, he's 63, a math teacher, been working out in the Gulf for years. He'd come back to Egypt just 5 days before.
And then just vanished. Poof.
Exactly. And she has this deep, deep intuition. Like she says, she knows something is wrong. A gut feeling that Wajdi was in real danger.
What makes it even stranger, those last calls, right?
Totally bewildering. He called her twice. First, from the airport, before he even left the Gulf. Just a quick boarding now call.
Okay, normal enough.
Then a second call, right after landing at Cairo airport. Confirmed he was back safe, maybe a bit tired. Said he'd see her the next day for iftar. It was Ramadan.
So, comforting calls, everything seems fine, he's home.
And then just silence. Complete silence.
Which is why the mother goes to his house, obviously worried sick. And she talks to Nadia, Wajdi's wife. She's younger, about 40.
And Nadia's reaction is, well, it's something else.
Shockingly cold,
Yeah.
is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
She flat out denies he ever arrived.
Never arrived. And then she starts throwing out these possibilities. Maybe he's with relatives.
Yeah.
Maybe he remarried.
Seriously, just like that.
Just like that. And crucially, she dismisses her mother-in-law's fears. Says it's just old age delusions.
Oh, blaming the victim, essentially.
Yeah.
And Nadia mentions there was bad blood between them.
Yeah, it brings up this supposed long-standing dislike. Even says Wagdi's too respectable to remarry without telling her. The nerve.
Wow, so the police, initially, what do they make of this?
Well, you can see how they might be swayed. Nadia sounds confident, plausible maybe, and they're faced with this very elderly, very distraught woman.
So they kind of lean towards Nadia's story, the delusions angle.
Initially, yes. They hesitate. Maybe he did just go off somewhere. Maybe he'll turn up. They didn't take strong action right away.
But there was one detective.
Ah, yes. There's always one, isn't there? Despite the skepticism floating around, he just couldn't shake this feeling.
A hunch.
A strong conviction, really. He said later it was the look in the mother's eyes, that raw, genuine fear. He just knew she was telling the truth. Her son had arrived. He couldn't ignore it.
That's fascinating, following that instinct.
So here's where it gets really interesting. What makes a seasoned detective trust that gut feeling over the easy explanation, over what Nadia was telling everyone?
Well, acting on that hunch, this detective, he sends a team straight to Cairo airport. No messing around.
Right, to check the records.
Exactly. They go through the passenger manifest for that specific date, and boom, there it is.
Wagdi's name.
Clear as day. Confirmed arrival, which immediately flags Nadia's whole story as, well, a blatant lie. He was back in Egypt.
Okay, so the police know she's lying. That changes everything.
Absolutely. And then, almost simultaneously, comes this incredible twist. Just pure chance, it seems.
What happened?
A completely different police station gets a report from a taxi driver, a guy named Abdelkader.
Okay, unrelated.
Seems totally unrelated at first. He tells them he drove this family, husband, wife, kids, from the airport to the Ober area. But the husband left a bag in his taxi.
Oh.
Yeah, and not just any bag. It had the guy's passport, important documents, some foreign cash.
And the husband's name was, don't tell me.
Wajdi. He knew from the passport.
Wow, okay. What are the odds?
Incredible, right?
Hmm?
And this driver, Abdelkader, he sounds like a really decent guy.
He tried to return it?
Went above and beyond. First, he goes to the address on the passport in Giza. finds out they moved, like over a year ago.
Okay, dead end.
Then, get this, he tries to get a national newspaper to publish a photo, a notice, hoping Wajdi would see it and claim his stuff.
That's real integrity.
Totally. When nothing worked, he did the responsible thing and reported it to the police. He had no idea he was handing them a massive piece of the puzzle.
So the Giza police hear about this report.
And it clicks immediately. They connect the dots. This has to be their missing Wajdi. They summon Abdelkader right away.
So just as Wagdi's poor mother is about to face more questions.
In walks Abdelkader. It's amazing how fast things started falling into place, not because of a confession, but because of this honest taxi driver.
Incredible timing.
And the detective, thinking fast, makes a crucial decision right then.
Which is?
Keep the taxi driver's story quiet from Wagdi's mother. For now.
Why the secrecy, do you think? Protect her? Or maybe build the case first?
Probably a bit of both. Strategy. Don't want to show their whole hand just yet. So Abdelkader identifies Wajdi, confirms he drove him, Nadia, Sama, and Sami from the airport.
See, me too. Okay.
Yeah.
So the police know the whole family was there.
Exactly. And they immediately put Nadia's place in Obor under covert surveillance. They need eyes on her.
Meanwhile, the detective goes back to Wagdi's mother.
Right. And now he's really pushing her. Tell me everything. Anything you know about Nadia, about their life. No holding back.
And she opens up.
She does. And it's disturbing. She explains, Wajdi and Nadia moved to the Gulf about 20 years back with the kids, Sama and Sama.
Okay.
But 5 years ago, Nadia insisted on coming back to Egypt with the children. The reason she gave was for their education.
But the mother suspected something else.
Well, soon after they returned, she started hearing things. Unpleasant talk, she called it, about Nadia's reputation in their old Giza neighborhood.
What kind of talk?
About her character, her honor. Basically, that she wasn't living respectably. And worse, there were rumors involving the daughter, Sama, who was just in high school then.
Oh, no. What about Sama?
Rumors of improper relationships. And here's where it gets really dark.
Okay.
When neighbors tried to intervene, tried to talk to Nadia about it, she retaliated. Violently.
Ow.
She burned their houses down.
What? Burned. Plural. Houses. Yeah.
Apparently, multiple times. To silence people. It worked. Everyone became terrified of her.
My God. That's extreme. I can only imagine the mother's position, hearing all this about her son's family while he's away working.
Exactly. She was tormented.
Yeah.
Didn't want to burden him, worry him while he was abroad providing for them.
Eventually.
Eventually it got too bad. The family honor was being dragged through the mud. She felt she had to tell him. So she sent him a letter. Laid it all out.
Wow. Did the police check this out, the arson claims?
They did. And they confirmed it. Her reputation in Giza was, quote, horrible. And yes, multiple confirmed instances of her setting fire to neighbors' houses when they confronted her.
So this isn't just gossip. This is a pattern of dangerous, vengeful behavior.
Precisely. It paints a very clear picture.
So what does this all mean? You've got Nadia's proven lies about Wagdi's return, this dark, violent history. The police really have no choice now.
None at all.
Yeah.
The net was tightening. They had to bring her in.
So Nadia, Sama, and Sami are all summoned for official questioning.
But only Nadia and Sama show up. Sami is missing.
Again, where is he supposed to be now?
Well, we'll get to that. First, the interrogation room. The detective sets up a confrontation.
With the taxi driver.
Exactly. In walks Abdelkader. And Nadia sees him.
Her reaction.
Pure shock. He could see it on her face. The moment she realized.
Yeah.
They knew. They knew Wajdi came back. They knew she was at the airport with him.
And Abdelkader confirms it.
Calmly identifies her.
Yeah.
So she was there with Wajdi, with Sama, and another young man, Sami.
So he puts Sami at the airport too. Undeniable.
Undeniable. But Nadia still denies it, still insists Wajdi never arrived.
Even with the driver right there. Stubborn.
Incredibly stubborn. And when they press her about Sami, where he is,
What's her story now?
she claims he traveled to Iraq. For work. Sticks to it.
Iraq. Okay. That sounds convenient.
The detective isn't buying it. Sees she's not cracking. He orders her detained.
Okay. So Nadia's in custody. What about Sama?
Sama comes in next.
Yeah.
And she's a wreck.
Yeah.
Visibly terrified, shaking like a leaf.
Poor girl. She's young.
Very young to be caught up in this. The detective takes a firm approach, basically tells her, look, we know everything. Confess now. It might help you later.
Does it work?
It does. She just collapses,
Yeah.
completely breaks down, and the whole horrific story starts pouring out.
Okay. Brace yourself. What does she say?
She reveals her mother, Nadia, was having an affair. with a man named Ahmed Farghali.
Ahmed Farghali, the name mentioned earlier.
Yes, and Nadia had actually convinced Wajdi, her husband, to invest his money in buying a taxi.
Okay, why?
So she could give it to Ahmed to operate. It was the perfect cover story. He could come to the house every day, supposedly to settle accounts for the taxi.
But really for the affair. Clever in a twisted way.
Very twisted. And it gets worse. Someone says Nadia regularly put sedatives in her and Sami's evening tea.
Sedatives? Why?
So they'd be knocked out of sleep, allowing Nadia and Ahmed to be together in Wagdi's own bedroom, undisturbed.
She drugged her own children, night after night.
That's what Sama said. Sami was older, a medical student apparently.
Until one night, Sami got suspicious.
Exactly. One night, he only pretended to drink his tea, waited up, and he saw them, Nadia and Ahmed, together.
God, what did he do?
He confronted Ahmed, tried to stand up for his father, his family.
But Ahmed...
Ahmed was apparently a big guy, strong. There was a struggle, and Ahmed strangled Sami, killed him.
Strangled him, right there, in front of
Nadia, and in front of Sama, who, by some awful chance, also hadn't drunk her drugged tea that night. She saw everything.
She witnessed her brother's murder by her mother's lover, with her mother watching. I can't even process that.
It's unthinkable. And then Nadia turns on Sama.
Threatens her.
Tells her, if you say a word, you'll end up just like him. Total fear. And then this awful manipulation begins.
Manipulation? How?
Nadia convinced Sama that life would be better now. They'd be free from control, that getting rid of her brother and eventually her father was the path to freedom.
Twisting her grief and fear into complicity, that's monstrous.
Truly. Sama then watched, frozen in terror, as Nadia and Ahmed carried Sami's body out to Ahmed's taxi. She found out later they buried him somewhere out in the desert.
Just dispose of him, her own son.
And then, just days after murdering Sami, they get word that Wajdi the father is coming home.
So they go to the airport, Nadia, Sama, and Ahmed, to meet him, knowing what they'd done.
Exactly. Like
Wow.
Nothing happened. That same night, it's iftar during Ramadan. Nadia prepares the tea again.
Sedatives again, for Wajdi and Sama.
Yes. Sama drinks hers. She wakes up sometime before dawn and walks into an absolute nightmare.
Worse than before. How could it be worse?
Nadia and Ahmed had killed Wajdi. They had beheaded him.
No. Beheaded, the brutality.
It's almost unbelievable.
Yeah.
Ahmed then took Wagdi's head, telling Nadia he was going to bury it near where they buried Sami.
To keep them together, it's grotesque.
And he tells Nadia to dismember the rest of the body.
He leaves her to do that.
Yes. And Sama witnesses this too. Her mother, in the bathroom, dismembering her father's body, while still threatening Sama to keep quiet.
I have no words. Witnessing that level of horror.
Ahmed comes back, helps finish the dismemberment, and then Sama says they went to the bedroom.
To celebrate.
After that, that's Sama's testimony. Ahmed later took the remaining body parts and buried them. Gone.
This is just... It raises such a profound question. How does a mother do this? To her son? To her husband? Where does that level of inhumanity come from?
That's the core of it, isn't it? It forces you to look beyond the horrific acts themselves and ask why. What could possibly lead someone down this path?
So with Sama's confession, the evidence against Nadia is overwhelming.
Absolutely. Faced with it all, Nadia finally decides to talk, to tell her own story, from her perspective, from the very beginning.
And her beginning, it's not what you might expect.
Not at all. She takes them back, way back, to 1960, 25 years before the murders.
What happened then?
Nadia was just 15, a high school student. By all accounts, beautiful, innocent, and Wajdi.
Her future husband.
He was her math teacher, also her private tutor. And he was much older, over 20 years older than her.
Okay, that age gap is significant, especially then.
Very. And he exploited her youth, her innocence. He sexually assaulted her at school.
He assaulted his 15-year-old student. That's the start of everything.
It seemed so. And the trauma just compounded from there. Nadia got pregnant.
From the assault.
At 15.
Yes. And her family. Instead of protecting her, supporting her, they focused on their honor, their reputation.
So what did they do?
They forced Wajdi to marry her, to cover it up.
Forced marriage to her abuser. And then
something truly horrific. Shortly after the forced marriage, when Nadia was only about 5 months pregnant, she gave birth prematurely.
To the baby conceived from the assault.
Yes. And the family. To hide the shame of such a quick birth after the wedding, they killed the newborn baby.
They murdered her grandchild to save face.
That's what Nadia recounted. So picture Nadia, still basically a child herself, assaulted, forced into marriage, and then forced to watch her own infant be murdered by her family, all for honor.
How does anyone even survive that, let alone recover?
It seems she didn't, not really. On the surface, the years passed. They had Sami, they had Sama, they moved away to the Gulf. Seemed like a normal life.
But underneath all that trauma, that resentment, it just festered. She felt trapped, married to her abuser, a man decades older. She felt her youth was gone, stolen, controlled, unfulfilled.
Which explains why she was so desperate to come back to Egypt later.
That was her bid for freedom, it seems. A chance to finally live, maybe reclaim something she felt she'd lost. And that's when she met Ahmed Farghali.
The taxi driver.
Yes. He admired her, flattered her. The affair started. It wasn't just about him, though, it seems. It was fueled by this deep need in Nadia to feel young again, to feel desired, to have some autonomy.
Did Wajdi ever find out before the end?
According to Nadia, yes. She even confessed the affair to him at one point, asked for a divorce.
And he refused.
He refused. But his reason is chillingly indifferent. He apparently told her he didn't care about the affair as long as she stayed married to him for the children's sake.
Didn't care. That indifference.
It seems that indifference just deepened her contempt. It twisted things further. It wasn't just about finding love or freedom anymore. It became about revenge. Revenge against the man, the life that she felt had destroyed her from the start.
So the murders, they weren't just about clearing the way for her lover. They were a final, violent act of breaking free, a warped sense of liberation.
That's certainly one interpretation, connecting her past trauma to her later actions. The sexual exploitation, the forced marriage, the infanticide. It set her on this tragic path. The affair was a symptom, maybe, but the murders became this brutal, distorted attempt to eliminate everything and everyone she associated with that control, that loss of self.
A horrifying trajectory. Victim turned perpetrator in the most extreme way imaginable.
It really highlights how unaddressed trauma, especially within a system that prioritizes reputation over justice or healing, can just warp everything. It's a cycle of destruction.
So after all the confessions, the trial, what was the outcome?
The verdict came down. Nadia and Ahmed Farghali were both found guilty of premeditated murder. Both were sentenced to death.
And Sama, the daughter who witnessed so much.
Sama received a 10-year prison sentence for her complicity, for covering up the murders. Her life just utterly shattered before it really began.
10 years after living through that hell.
It's a deeply complex, deeply tragic case all around. You see this cycle so clearly. Nadia, undeniably a victim of terrible injustices early on.
Becomes the perpetrator of equally terrible injustices later, losing her own humanity, that maternal connection, everything.
Destroying her entire family in this desperate, completely misguided attempt to find a freedom that, in the end, only led to her own complete destruction.
It leaves you with such a heavy feeling and a really chilling final thought to consider.
Yeah.
When trauma like that goes unaddressed, when those kinds of deep injustices are just swept under the rug, ignored, left unpunished, how does that poison seep into a person's life? And what kind of irreparable damage does it end up inflicting, not just on them, but on everyone around them, rippling outwards?